Hi, welcome to Cherie's weight loss journey. Taking my nighttime walk a little early. Yeah. Um, it is a full moon. Can you see it over the? I don't know if you can see it, but there it is. Um, Part of the reason why I'm taking it a little early. Um, I'm feeling a little tired. Uh, I have about 8,000 steps registered on my smartwatch. Um, but I figured, better get that walk in before I fall asleep and then, have the excuse of, oh, it's really too late to go out there and walk. um, I bought a salad today from Wendy's. Yes, my favorite salad, uh, which is good that I did that because I had to balance out my finances, right? It's like now, you remember you buying these salads out, it is more expensive than if you would make them yourself. And I knew it, but the compulsion to just, grab something to eat rather than prepare was heavily on my mind. And like I said, um, my energy is feeling a little low. Dang. And I still haven't looked up, that thing about, when your body slows down after it registers that, you're not you're not eating enough, or you're in a starvation mode, or something like that. I don't know. I have to really take a look at that and look into it. Um, I didn't get a chance to uh, download the MSD-5 updates, and that's still on my agenda to do because, like I said, um, they're reclassifying what's dysfunctional is what they're doing, and they're updating that because people are talking about emotions as a factor, and so the psychiatrists have identified these emotions with behaviors. And yeah, it's very interesting, to say the least. um, this way, this way, come around. um, and I'm a little curious about the updates, right? Because a lot of people, used to think that, you know, emotions, can't be seen, right? But um, but your behaviors can. Okay, so I guess they must have been doing some studies on some people, uh, and you know they've made it, some determinations for sure. Um, can we see the moon? Yeah, that's the moon right there. Dang, I can't zoom in on it, but it's big and pretty. And I guess I'm moon bathing right now. Um, I still have half of my salad that I can finish off before I, turn in. Uh, I'm uh, I'm definitely sore, and I definitely feel like my energy is low. Um, and I can say I don't like feeling this way. And, whenever I used to feel this way, my go-to was, oh, I need some energy. I need to eat some food. Um, we're really trying to change all that, okay? Because, again, you know, I'm sure I have enough fat reserves to last at least a few more months if I didn't eat anything before I would get into any kind of starvation mode. Um, but, it could also mean that, you know, I need some sleep. It could mean I need some extra sleep. Uh, I was walking out in direct sunlight today, and even though it felt good at the time, afterwards, it can be heavy. Come on. So, yeah. Um, One of the things that I'm thinking I need to start doing is, you know, trying to speak Spanish. Um, I'm hoping to, to travel in the future, and um, I can comprehend some conversational Spanish. I can comprehend some conversational French. I haven't practiced them in such a long time that, um, it would just be wise for me to, uh, you know, keep them active in my linguistic bank. Um, and also, what's kind of draining me is I have a lot of boxes that, you know, I really want to go through and start discarding. Um, I have a load of shoes that, I need to donate. And, those are some of the things I'll probably do tomorrow. But for whatever reason, oh, dang, somebody's cologne is just strong, or they perfume up their car or something. Just strong. Um, Go. Come on. Um, and of course, there's this form of hoarding or some weird, emotional attachment. Or maybe certain items, might be triggering to me. I'm not sure what it is, exactly. Because I've been spending the last 6 years, trying to clear out, you know, my house. And here's the thing, a lot of that stuff I didn't even bring into the house, if you want to be honest. I mean, if I want to be honest. Uh, because, I allowed, my daughter to have her things, and, you know, I was shopping for her regularly, and I really never threw anything out. Um, she probably would have did me a big favor if, the clothes that she hadn't worn, that she would have, just, had, well, she did. I think she did. Oh, I don't wear that no more, you know. Or I can't fit that anymore, or, stuff like that. And, and I kind of tucked it away. But at the time, I was also watching, videos on how this woman, was recycling the material of garments, right? She would take one piece of garment. I mean, it could be a t-shirt. And she would, change it into something else. And I was like, oh, that's magic. That's wonderful, right? Something that would have been just, kind of tossed away, you know. And I had thought that, I would get into that. And, that's still, in the plans to get into that. So that's one of my reluctance in, throwing away these items. Because what had happened was, for whatever reason, there are certain materials that I guess they'll mass produce it and then they won't produce it anymore. Okay? And so, yeah, when they do that, it's like, well, dang. And what they've done with the way that they're selling new material is a little different. Now, if you try to buy material online, you have to know the names of these materials. Well, I've worked, in a material store before. So I'm familiar with the names of some materials that are out there. But that was a long time ago. Right? And I know one of the things that I used to like was, spandex, right? Because spandex, not only is it stretchy, but it's also, it doesn't wrinkle. And when they start blending the spandex into different material, then you don't really know what it is. That's one thing that I would like to. That's one thing I would like to do is, well, that's two things, right? One is learn new languages, and two, start sewing again. Okay? And I don't want to just sew from a pattern. I want to make a pattern. I want to I want to be able to make the pattern. They used to have, some pattern making, and I was going through some of my old email, and there was this lady, she would, sell patterns online. And I was thinking, oh, you mean, you're going to send out the pattern. And it was like, no, you have to have a printer and print it out. So, and one of the reasons for that, meaning that I want to make my own patterns, is the last time I went to go look at patterns, they were expensive. Really expensive. I mean, who would have thought that a pattern could cost like $40? I wouldn't have thought. So, yeah, it would be wise to have the, ability to make your own patterns. But everything happens for a reason, because I had my whole, pattern making kit at one time. And, and things, life happens, and, my stuff gets shuffled around, and, and then, I lose track of it, don't know where it's at. And then it's like, well, dang. And that's another reason why, I'm kind of enjoying living by myself and not having to share my space, is for that reason. Because people used to just gather my stuff up, put it all in a bag, and they'll say, I got your stuff that was over here in this bag. Or the stuff that you had on this table, I put it, in the garage or in the closet, and, and then I'm like, okay, but, in my mind, I'm thinking, what stuff? Which stuff? Right? So, yeah. You move my stuff around, I get disoriented. I do. I'm so disoriented, feeling like I'm wandering around looking for things. And if I don't find it before I forget what I'm looking for, I would end up having to just buy it again if it's available. But like I said, there's a lot of things that they don't just keep on the market. Like when I had went to Lowe's, and I was looking for this paint stick, right? You could fill the paint stick up into a tube, and it was an extension pole, and it would dispense the paint. It had a roller at the end, and to me that was like, ooh, that was the easiest way to paint. And I really did think that they would keep that on the market forever, but they didn't. The people, they didn't even know what I was talking about. They're like, what? They were fairly young. And when I tried to speak to a seasoned associate, he was like, oh no, we don't sell that no more. But, you can get this extension stick. I was like, oh. And one guy, he even tried to look it up for me. And he was like, no, I guess, we just don't sell it anymore. Because he was looking around online and at various stores. And I really like the difference of painting that banister white. It almost just changes the whole energy of the living room. Yeah, it took me some time. It's not easy, painting banisters and all of the grooves and knobs and, slats. But I still have one more coat to do. And but I'm not in no hurry, because even though it weighs on my mind that I have these projects to do, I'm also okay that, I do have things to do, right? When I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, oh, I'm bored, I can, do one of many projects. I don't know where these frogs coming from. Anyway, that's it for my walk. Thank you for watching. Bye.